All right, so how do you record? You're recording, right?
Yeah, I'm recording now. So whenever you're
Nice,
ready.
nice.
What are we drinking? That one's on
All
me.
right, guys. Well, welcome to episode one of Poppin' Top. So let's all talk about what we're drinking this week. I've got a beast, dude. These things are my favorite drink that I found a few months ago. I've got the standard mean green flavor. These things are deadly. I think I got some friends, Mark and Brian and their families hooked on these in Nashville.
Got a
We
whole
all
family
went
hooked
to
on
a
alcohol.
we what we all went to a gas station. We grabbed some beasts, and I think they were all hammered by the time they left that night. So I'm proud that I got someone hooked on some beasts. But these things are great. They're deadly, dude. You don't hardly taste the vodka until you're sloshed. So I'm opening up mine.
All
Whoever wants
right.
to go to second. Owen, you go in second?
I'll go second. I have a Pizza Port Brewing Company California Honey Blonde Ale. Uh, I got it at
Pizza?
Pizza Port. Pizza Port. But yeah, I think it's down in San Diego, but it's really good. Every time I see it at a bar, I go for it. It's my favorite. I've got
I
no one
want that
hooked on
so
it.
bad.
No
You got
one,
no
no
one hooked on
family,
it? It
no
must
family is
suck.
going through rough issues right now due to me getting
Don't talk
you
about rough
you
issues
broke
right
up a
now.
whole family. You haven't
I
seen
did
them
not break
since.
up a whole family. If anything, I almost broke up my family yesterday. Coming home, I was so mad. So mad. I was ready to fight the
He
world,
was
dude.
venting it like I got off the plane in front of him, and he was just like, "If I lose my passport by next year, I'm just gonna let it be."
Dude, I was not having it. So, but
Yeah.
Steven, how was your experience overall of Mexico? Did
Well,
you
what is
like
he
it?
drinking?
Yeah, what
Uh,
oh sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, what do you
So
got?
I have my go-to beverage of
Mick
alcohol,
Ultra.
Mick Ultra.
Here we go.
I always go to it. My wife enjoys it, so we
I like
always
some
keep it
Mick
in the
Ultra.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
solid.
I think that was like the first beer I ever really liked.
First
Like,
beer I ever really liked was Miller, and then it transitioned to Busch Light.
I don't
mm,
know.
And I
I'd like
like
to try
Mick.
what you got, Owen.
Yeah,
yeah.
pizza
Well, I've only
drinks.
seen them in California. I mean, it would make
That's
sense,
like
but
something out of Fortnite. Like, hey, toss me a pizza drink.
yeah. Yeah,
That's awesome though.
yeah, it's really good. So,
Yeah. Let's ask Steven now. How was the trip to Mexico for you? What's your thoughts on it?
I thought, I mean, Blake, you and I talked about it a little bit, but I kind of feel like the travel could have been a little bit smoother getting out there.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a cluster getting back just with a bunch of various issues of getting to the airport too early.
Yeah,
Uh, and
that's kind of set the tone for the day yesterday.
yeah, like
And
how
then
long did you
doing
sit in the
roll
bus?
like 2.5 hours. Like
oh
we got them and the
gosh.
guy came on the bus and was like, y'all are bus number five. It'll be a minimum of 35 minutes. And so we're all like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Not horrible. I honestly thought we were gonna leave earlier because we got there earlier than them.
Gosh.
And
Well,
then we
when I
stayed there
showed up,
forever.
like, we just had like a little shuttle because there was just four of us from Trackhouse that were
Oh,
going back. So
you
it
didn't
was
get
just
on a
like a little.
bus?
No, it was just like a little
Oh,
shuttle that took us, and we got there and we were getting out, and that same guy that came onto your bus was like, "Hey, uh, if you guys could just like stay in the van because the flight crew's not even here yet." And
yeah, that's what we got told.
I'm like, bro, the plane takes off in like 2 hours. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean they're not here yet?
we got
This is the
there.
only plane back there.
We got there at 6:30 or so, 6:45 at the latest, because we left at 5:45. By the way, we were 2 hours behind, so Eastern time, all that. It's like, I don't know, 7:30, eight
Yeah.
thirty our time here. And I didn't get home our time until like 5:15.
Yep.
So it was a total of like an almost 10-hour day when it was a 3 hour and 5 minute flight home and a 45-minute drive from the airport. And
Now
I
you
would
know how
just
I
let
feel.
everybody else figure out
Welcome to
how.
LAX.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. And then I think the thing nobody really knows about, and Steven, let me know if it was different for you. Did you eat anything until they gave you the breakfast sandwich on the plane?
No.
You starved for like 5 hours, right?
Yeah, I made
Like
a
how
horrendous
did
mistake by not getting food before we
I
left.
smuggled Uncrustables in my
Of course
case,
you did.
You
and I put them
mule.
in my case, and I took two of them with me, and I'm kind of sad I didn't grab like the other six and just pass them out to my friends on the bus. But honestly, they probably would have been more mad at me because they would see their friends are eating, and I had two of them, and I drank my
Start
bottle
a
of water.
riot over
Yeah.
over
We would have all been,
Uncrustables.
yeah, we'd been fighting over Uncrustables, like cut one in half. And I was like,
Uh,
oh man, this is
it
bad.
just turns
But
into
yeah,
Goodfellas.
that was the only thing that saved my morning. Like me being fired up plus being hangry would have been, I don't know what I would have been doing. I would have been tearing a hole in the side of the plane so I could just jump out. I would have been so mad. But no, I ate two Uncrustables and then I got fed that breakfast sandwich and I didn't eat till like 6 o'clock after that last night. So
Hmm.
not good management or good planning on NASCAR's part for that one.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously they can't control like the one plane breaking down
Right.
as they were about to take off, and like
That
I
was
think
just
another one got
bad luck.
grounded. Yeah, oh my
One of them
God.
was like it wasn't allowed to fly internationally, is what I was told.
Yeah, that it was
Which,
something like that.
how do you go ask for a plane to fly to Mexico and they deliver and it's like, this can't fly to Mexico.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This is a Cessna. What do you mean?
It's got propellers on it. What are you
Yeah.
thinking?
But
I also was told one of them was really old. One of them was from the 80s. Like one of the planes was so old that when it went airborne, that the air traffic control were like, "What are these dinosaurs doing out here? Turn that thing around." I was literally told word for word that it was like so old. Air traffic control was radioed in saying, "What are you doing?"
I
What?
didn't hear that.
One of them was so
Wow.
old that it might have been the one that was grounded. It might have been because
It
it was so
sounds
old.
like it
I
would
don't
be
know.
grounded.
But
Yeah.
the two planes that we had from Omni Air, I think were only like 20 years old max, is what I was. So they were like from 2005, 2006.
I do
So
wonder how old planes are that like we get on.
Well,
you can look it up on Plane Finder.
what day did you fly out, Blake?
Friday morning.
Okay, I flew out Friday afternoon.
It was an
So
afternoon flight?
yeah, so with the I
Dude.
Wow.
was supposed to fly out at like
Oh,
6 a.m.
that's what I
or
did.
something. Yeah, I was supposed to be on that flight, and then with the other plane breaking down, they took like a bunch
Oh,
of those guys and put them
I
on my
did get
flight, and
told
just
about this.
like I got a text at I think it was like 5 o'clock Thursday night from Shane Wilson, and he was just like, "Hey, there's no bus at 6:45, and the 9 a.m. flight is canceled." Or yeah, that's what it was. It was a 9 a.m. flight. He's
Were
like,
you
"Yeah, the
hoping
9
that
a.m.
the whole
flights."
weekend was canceled for you too?
Well, I didn't know what to say. Like my wife and I were about to go out to dinner, and like I'm just like, the only thing I could tell him back was just, well, that's not good. And so,
What do
and
I
so,
do?
and he's like, "I'll give you an update. I'm sorry." And then like
Wow.
Nice.
2 hours later, I get a text back, and he's like, "Hey, 2 o'clock flight, be there by 11:30." I was like, "All right, I got you."
That would have
Wow.
been so much better than showing up at 6:30 Friday morning whenever I got there and I sat around. It was the craziest thing I think for me, aside from what we went through yesterday coming home, was going into a commercial airport and knowing so many people. Normally I walk into a commercial airport and just like, "Oh, these are strangers, those are
Oh, okay.
foreigners." And it was like, whoa, all my
Just seeing
friends are
random
here.
people.
It's
Oh
just
yeah, I
it's
know
Yeah.
like
that guy.
there's guys from Gibbs and Penske and
Okay.
Trackhouse. Like I know you guys. They're all
I
doing
thought you were
drinks
talking about like people you
45 in
saw
the
from high
morning.
school and everything like
No, no,
that.
no. I don't know anybody from high school anymore.
College reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Blake didn't
it
go to
was
college.
it was actually like really funny. We made a giant human wall when we lined up to get into the onto the plane because there was 205 of us. So 205 ex-college athletes, pit crew guys. We made a wall from the terminal door all the way to like the Starbucks.
Nice.
And it was just like you know how many people that like work for Hendrick or Joe Gibbs. Like there's a handful of guys that are just insanely tall, and then there's some guys that are just buff as shit. Well, there was like all of those guys, and then these other dudes that are just athletic. We just made a human wall that if you were on one side of the airport or the other, you couldn't pass through us. There was no way to get through it. That was just what we did because everybody wanted to get on the plane first. So the first like 15 people got to sit in the first class seating
Oh.
and then the rest of us were in the back riding bitch. Um, it
Well,
really
see,
wasn't bad though. I didn't mind the plane like at all.
at least you got to like be in a terminal. I was there. I
How did you
showed
know?
up. I showed up, and I'm sitting there waiting at the gate for them to come and like check us in and everything. And then I get an email that says, "Hey, everything's changed. you have to go down to the arrivals area, get on a bus, and they're gonna take you to the plane. So then
Whoa.
they take me like we load up on this bus and they take us out to the plane, and then we just did like TSA and security and all that right there outside the plane, and then just got on the plane.
Oh,
Honestly,
wow.
that's how this whole weekend should have gone. It should have gone like that Saturday morning, go to Mexico, and then they should have done that after the Xfinity race and come home. That's how it should have been handled. And honestly, I was thinking about this earlier today. What if they did some kind of like um pre-customs check-in like in the middle of the week for everybody that's going, just so we can just jump on the plane and leave? Like, I don't know if that's legal, but that did run through my mind. I don't know if there's a way we can throw that idea out there, if, like at practice on Tuesday night, like, hey, whatever you're taking with you, all this stuff, if we can do something to like speed that process up, that would be awesome. But
Yeah.
in other news, how was your race? Because we were pretty much out of it 5 laps in. Like, our race was done because we blew the transmission. We were 27 laps down when we came back in.
We got damage during, I think it was like right before the first caution or at the first caution. Like we had left front damage, so we just cut a couple of pieces off and left like a big ass hole in front of the left front
Nice.
tire just
Mhm.
to try and
Hey,
keep it cool.
Josh, the left front tire is gonna be cool. Push it.
And so we did that, and then my pit stops were good, and Weber said he struggled on the front,
Dude, our
and
pit stop, I hope you didn't see it. It was so bad. And
I
honestly,
tried to see it, but
we were
like it
wearing
was
those
too far down.
highlighter fire suits that we were given, brand new fire suits. Owen saw them because he
Yeah.
took a video of me picking up the hood and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
was like,
can't
Blake's
On
miss
on
you
one,
too.
guys.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. We easily stood out. We look like construction workers.
Yeah.
Um,
Looked good. I honestly liked
I
it.
I liked it, but I'm just like,
You almost
man,
made
when
my
we run
scheme
bad
shout
pit
out.
stops, I don't want to stand out like that. But Jacob Ray's chains were not set, so the tire was barely off the ground. So Cap three pumped the left side, and then Jacob Ray looked at him and said, "Hey, pump it up more," and he's like, "I can't." And Jacob Ray was just left there having to push the tire on. And Jacob was
Wow.
Oh
like,
my
that's
God.
so embarrassing because we're already like so many laps down. We can't run good pit stops. They didn't put good lug nuts on the car, so they didn't want to come off.
Hmm.
And we're just like, dude, we came here a day early for this, and we're not leaving till tomorrow. We ran a 50-second pit stop. The chain wasn't set, and it's laying on the ground. Like, we might as well have had He-Man over there trying to lift the car up and then push the tire on.
Yeah, I
Wow.
It
didn't have
was
any of that
insane.
issues.
No, I mean, it was like through and through. Aside from Shake Shack for me and Coca-Cola down there, that was my only saving grace.
Yeah, Blake
Otherwise,
was
I would
bragging
have.
about eating international food, and he's like, I had Mexicoke and
Whoa, whoa,
Shake
whoa.
Shack.
I wasn't bragging about eating international food, but I compared what our food's like versus theirs, and it was international, and it tasted way, way better. That's
Okay,
all.
so I went to a restaurant next door to the hotel and got like real tacos.
Which hotel did you stay at, by the way?
The Hilton
The Hilton.
Romano
Okay.
or Fermano or however the heck you say
Gotcha.
it.
I know there was like five of them that we were all staying at within like a mile or so of each other. Because I was at the Sheraton.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I went next door and got like real tacos,
Were they
and my
solid?
God, they were the best tacos I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to the Shake Shack and the burger tasted different. It wasn't super greasy
Have you ever
compared to
been to a
burgers
Shake
here.
Shack before?
No.
So
But
that's
I
the
could
thing.
tell it. I could tell
So
it was really good. It was so good, dude, that
There's a flaw in your
it'd be
system.
almost every burger I've ever had in America. If it not, it did. Like, it was so good.
But if you would have had it in Huntersville,
I'm about to go
before,
experience that. I might leave here after I'm done with this podcast and go get Shake
take the
Shack.
fam.
But that's
There's
what I mean. Like you're like I'm comparing international food to a place that
Because
I've
I've
never
ate
been to before
Wendy's, I've
in
ate
America.
McDonald's, I've ate Burger King, and those burgers, they make me feel like shit afterwards. This didn't make me feel like shit, and it was so, so good. Like, it was a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I love the Shake Shack burger. And like I told Owen earlier, I didn't know Shake Shack even served burgers. I thought it was like literally
Shakes.
milkshakes and shakes. Like, that's all I thought it was. Ice cream
what
and
did you think Steak
milkshakes,
and Shake served?
protein. I thought it was like just
T-bones.
Yeah.
it's poor marketing.
Shakes
Like,
and
y'all need to
steak.
have a picture of a burger behind Shake Shack. I would be there all the time. I'm gonna go to Huntersville
I
now to
have
go
to
to Shake
look up
Shack.
their logo because I feel like at
It's
least at
just
one point.
it's silver letters that says Shake Shack. That's it.
I could have swore there was a burger in there somewhere.
Is there? I've never seen their logo except for on the building it says Shake Shack and it's silver letters. Maybe it's even chrome letters.
Hold
I've seen the
on.
one in Charlotte a bunch, and I'm pretty
This
sure
is
the one.
literally their normal
Show it.
logo. Hold on.
Does it have a burger on it? Please tell. Does it?
I knew it.
That's
Yes,
horseshit. It's like a
yes.
silhouette. That doesn't even
No,
look like a normal burger.
it looks like a burger.
It sort of does. It's like taken apart. It looks like a surfboard with other surfboards below it.
I think that tap water is getting to Blake, honestly.
I didn't drink the tap water. I'm drinking beasts. So the beasts are getting to me. But no, I've never seen that version of Shake Shack. I've never seen
Okay.
their logo. I've
I
only
don't
seen
know
the
what their
silver
street
letters
sign looks like, so
that
I
says
will give
Shake
you
Shack.
that.
Look, it's even blurring this out for me because it's an illegal drink for anybody under the age of 21. That's cool. Good job, Zoom.
It's
So
not blurred anymore.
I did
Now
go to
it's
a
not.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen's pretty solid. Did you go to it
Uh,
in Mexico?
yeah.
Oh, was it good?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about going to a Dairy Queen here in the
Dairy
States.
Queen up here, man, like you're risking your life.
Like me and Garrett, we went to the place next door. And by the way, like we walk out of the hotel, we go to the place next door, and there's these giant like riot walls, like
Nice.
Yeah. They put all
like
that stuff
covering
up too.
everything. And like there's just one spot that doesn't have it, and that's where you enter from. And then you go up the steps and you go into this building, and it's like a food court. Like,
Oh,
Ooh,
dude, it was like a
sweet.
food court in a building.
That's cool.
like a
Like you,
mall.
yeah, like you go in and like there's like right to the left was a Starbucks, and there was a KFC on the right, and you could take the escalator to go upstairs. And
Nice.
then like there was like three different ice cream places that we looked at,
I
and
know
then
some guys were getting gelato. Did you get gelato?
I didn't get gelato. Like we didn't know what the heck any of the ice cream was
I
or
didn't
any of the
either, so
flavors.
I stayed away from it.
So me and Garrett were like, Dairy Queen has blizzards, so
There we go.
we're gonna go to Dairy Queen.
Wait, but like you said you didn't have gelato because you didn't know what it was?
No, my roommate Cap, he went and got gelato and he swore up and down that it was really, really good. But I was like, I've
Gelato can
never
be a hit
had
or miss for
gelato.
me. Yeah.
And so I didn't even know what I would be comparing it to. But he said it was so good that
It's
he
like
was gonna go
Italian
eat it.
ice cream.
He was gonna go eat it for dinner. And I'm like,
Hey.
it's
Well, they do
it's
they
ice
do
cream
have
for
like
dinner?
some crazy flavors in them.
Okay.
But not like terribly crazy. Like it'll be like just lemon or red. It'll be fruity flavors, and then there's some. But no, it's just like Italian ice cream. It can be hit or miss.
Are
But
you guys drinking your drinks? I don't feel like I've seen you
I've
drink your
drank my
drink.
drink way more than you.
Bro, I'm
Mine's
almost
like
empty.
halfway. Mine's halfway done. Am I the
I'm
one behind?
almost
You're the
done.
one behind, idiot.
Maybe I was the one talking the most.
You definitely were.
But
You're over there
no,
contemplating if Shake Shack has a burger in their logo.
I am gonna stand beside what I said. It doesn't look like a normal traditional
will
burger.
say,
It's
I
black
don't
and white.
I don't know what their street sign looks like, so I could understand your
Hold on.
confusion.
Hold on. I'm
What do
gonna
you
go
mean,
right
no?
here to like Google Maps.
I
Shake
also had the
Shack.
weirdest text. I was going to look this up and I had a call come in, like an unknown number, and then they sent me a text saying, where did the text go? Oh, it was a voicemail. Hold on.
This is what Shake Shack's logo looks like in Huntersville. And honestly, I don't really want to put this up there because I'm gonna catch some heat. There is a burger next to it, but it does not stand out.
Show
Is
it.
what I'm gonna say.
Show it. It's
Can you
blurred
guys
out.
see it?
It's blurred.
Hold on. Let me fix that.
Take
How
off
do I
the
undo
blurry
my?
background.
How do I undo the blurred background?
You made it blurry. Just
All right, I got
reverse
it. I got it. Watch.
There we
Watch.
go.
Watch. Watch. Can you guys see it?
Not yet.
Hang on, you gotta
Hey,
let the
undo
focus
the.
Can't see it.
come in. No, it's just
Dude, I'm about to do the screen share then on my computer. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, but real quick, I got a call from a Salisbury number, and they said, "Hey, Blake is requesting. Hold on." But yeah, I ignored the phone call for obvious reasons, and they left me a voicemail saying, "Hey, if this is Ethan, this is your
This is
mother's new.
Ethan.
If this is Ethan, this is your mother's new phone number. I love you. Bye."
This is what Shake Shack looks like. Oh, why? Can y'all? This is what Shake Shack looks like to me. Can you? Are you sharing my screen? What are you doing?
I said allow. I don't know what to do after that.
Sorry, guys.
You're just a liar.
All right. You
See,
ready?
Sure.
All right. This is what it looks like. Can you guys see what I'm looking at on Google?
universe is like, bro, you're lying.
Oh, okay, we're getting
You
somewhere now.
ready? You ready? Watch this. This is what Shake Shack looks like from the street. Why did it do that? That's what their logo looks like.
Yeah, so
That
that's
I would never really see the burger.
I would.
I
I
only see
that is
silver
that's
letters
my
that
eyes
says
went
Shake
straight to
Shack.
the burger because
Yeah.
it's
Because I've
neon
been talking
green.
about it has no burger. It's not even really that green. I'll take my sunglasses off. Okay, it's kind of neon green. I always see the silver
Dark in
letters and
here.
that's it. I thought that might be like a shake. I never really paid attention to it.
Straw.
All right, I'm stopping sharing. You guys suck. All right, am I back to normal?
Your vision sucks.
I always got my hater shades on. I don't want to see that stupid burger. Honestly, though,
Oh
I'm
my
going back
God.
to get it. It was so good. I got to go try this one, but I know I'm going to be disappointed. That's the thing that kind of bothers me.
You can't know you're going to be disappointed when all you've had is
It's
one.
American. Like the Coke here does not. Steven, did you try the Coke?
I did have a Coke because I saw that it had the logo on it that said like
The white.
extra sugar and
Oh.
extra
Was
something else.
it good in Mexico?
It was a little bit sweeter, but
But it
I
didn't
mean,
like burn going down. It didn't like make your stomach feel bloated, right?
no, it did for me. But I mean, it
Man,
was like I don't know. It was right after I ate all that food, so like
Yeah.
I chowed down.
the eggs for breakfast I had at the hotel were really good. They tasted different. The bacon, same thing. Compared to here, I didn't feel as shitty eating. But maybe that's because I eat nothing but junk food here.
That is true.
I
You
mean, I eat Uncrustables and fast food all day,
you brag
and then
about
drink
downing
energy
Krispy Kreme.
drinks. Oh, dude, I will F up some Krispy Kreme.
This is what
Krispy,
happens when you
hot
actually
Krispy
eat real
Kreme.
food.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I might be more of a foodie if I lived in Mexico. Maybe I would be like, yo, let's go try certain. Here, I'm just like, dude, it makes me feel
Only in
bad.
Mexico will Blake try food. Yeah,
I
so
honestly did not. Why did that
what?
just turn on?
What is it?
It's my ring light.
You have a ring light? You've
It's
had a ring light
my
this whole
camera.
time?
It's my camera.
Where did Steven
Steven,
go?
he just turned into a little
No, my
Corvette.
camera just turned off. Blake, what are you
Steven's a-
doing to me?
Steven's a freaking toy car.
I don't even know.
Dude,
You've had a
this
ring
first-
light this whole time. Your
I've
camera
had it on
issues
all
have
day.
become, or an issue. You have camera issues because you don't have enough light in your frame.
Dude, I've had the ring light the whole time, even when we did 10 away. Look, I'm
There
blurry
we go.
again. Hey,
There we are.
yellow
Hey, I'm
Corvette.
back.
Dude, this was a great first episode of Poppin' Top.
Well, real quick, Steven, who do you pit for?
So obviously I am the rear changer on Shithead's truck. And
Yeah.
and then
He watches me come around the car last now because these right fronts have been killing us.
Oh yeah, you haven't gotten a highlighted segment on
Yeah, Shane. See,
on the broadcast lately.
see, Steven's not a villain. It's just Blake and Landon right now.
oh
That's
dude,
what Michael Waltrip and Jamie Little been roasting us.
my dad is like, I feel so bad because I see you get up and run around the car and then he's still just sitting there.
Yeah,
What am I supposed to do, man?
and then like
Can't do
back at
anything else.
Michigan, they were comparing him to Nashville, and they're like, "What's up with this front changer?"
This little redheaded fuck sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
always knew he sucked.
I do the rears for the 34 lane rigs and then I do the rear tires for Josh Williams
Mm.
in the 11 Xfinity car.
Blake did Josh Williams at one point, but not the 11.
I did Josh Williams highlighted race.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
he put the bear bond on.
I was the reason that whole day happened.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's probably why I've been targeted doing lane stuff. They're like, that's the guy that was on Josh Williams' car.
he can change tires,
let's
but
show
don't
why
give
he
him the bear
sucks.
bond.
He made Josh Williams park it on the front stretch. He's made Lane Riggs lose races. That's a lot to say. By the
Dislocated
way.
shoulder?
Lane Riggs lose races.
Oh,
Wow.
I was the one that put the shoulder back
Yeah,
in,
that
by
was
the
actually
way.
Steven. Steven was the doctor on site. He was
Nice.
the ortho guy for popping Lane's socket for him.
There we
So-
go.
He just told me, he's like, I'm gonna put my arm out and just lean against you. Just stand still.
My
And then
favorite-
I'm holding his arm and then I felt it pop and I'm like, hey, it popped.
Yeah.
And then like he looks at me and
Did
I
he
was
do
like,
this?
are
he
you
goes,
good?
hooray!
Yeah.
That's all
I was like, are
remember
you
from that.
good? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, that was one of those moments. It was the funniest thing. It was like it's like being at a huge party, and then someone gets hurt, and then they realize like, oh, is everyone all right? And then they went back to like yelling because they're all good. It was just like, you good? And they're like, yeah. It's like, whoa. But
That was awesome.
Seeing Steven, Lane, and Alvin, they were all like trying to help Lane, obviously. But that was so funny at Milwaukee when Lane pops it back into place. He's like, yeah, and then we all was like, woo, let's go.
Oh, that's funny.
That was so funny, dude.
And
I
then
honestly
one
didn't even
more.
know what happened. I was like, why is he holding his shoulder? And then Steven jumped down and ran over to him. I'm like, is he about to bust some dance move? Like, oh yeah, we won. I didn't know what Lane was doing. I didn't know anything about his shoulder, nothing.
That's
Dude, it
funny.
was like grabbing a toddler off of like somewhere they weren't supposed to
And
be.
jump.
I'm like this. I'm like, come here. And he's like, my shoulder. I was like, I know. Come here. I'll get you down.
That's awesome.
Daddy will catch you.
Yeah, that
And
was
then one
awesome.
more question, Steven. What's your favorite paint scheme of all time?
Um, oh my gosh.
On the spot. Like, did you ever?
Sorry, I didn't know he was gonna do this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, here's the thing.
It just came to me.
I've listened to you guys, and you guys are big Gordon fans,
What?
and
You don't have to suck up to Owen.
I what
You're the bigger Gordon fan than me. You
I
can
mean, I
just.
was a Gordon fan. I'm not saying you have to please me.
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't have to please
raised
me.
an Earnhardt fan,
That's fine.
See, I've
so I
actually
became
grown
a
to
Junior
be.
fan.
I've become a Dale Senior fan because of the documentaries and stuff.
Oh.
Oh, Steven's
And
a
my
car again.
camera is gone. Okay.
There he's back.
And
I don't
but
mind
my
Dale.
favorite paint scheme of all time is probably the 2004 Daytona Dale
The
Jr. Born on
Budweiser
Date
car.
car.
That's a
That
good
was a
one.
good car.
That's a
I
great
had
car.
that die cast. I have it
Yeah.
somewhere.
I
That's a
love
good
the
car.
junior Budweiser baseball scheme cars. Those are
I
Yeah.
have a
always
really underrated Dale Jr. scheme that I liked, and I
go
don't know
ahead.
if this is accurate.
Say
It
it.
was a white Dale Jr. COT car. It was like yeah, I think it had something to do with music. It was a white scheme with you know how they did the backwards E as the stripes on the side?
Yeah.
It was a red number, if I'm not mistaken, or a black number. The whole car was white. I want to say it was an Elvis car.
I
Dude, I had that die cast.
Was it an
I
Elvis
used to
car?
have that. It was an Elvis
It
paint
was
scheme.
raced at Richmond, if I'm not mistaken, because
Yeah, 2007 in Richmond.
I saw it and I was like, yo, I've never seen this scheme. And when I saw it, I was instantly like, that car is so cool looking. That one always sticks out to
Yeah.
me was the Elvis car
Yeah.
from,
That
I
one's
guess,
cool.
2007. So that was my favorite Dale Jr. scheme. He had some other cool ones. Honestly, the baseball car that he won when he came back to Daytona,
Yeah.
that's an
That
instant
one's
classic
great.
too.
What would
So,
yeah.
what's
My
your favorite
dog
Dale
wants to
Jr.
get on the
scheme?
podcast.
Owen's dog does too. Lucy. She's
Yeah,
always,
she's literally right there. She's
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see her on the couch.
Yeah.
she's
She's
in
just knocked out right
incognito
now.
mode.
Yeah. She like once she hears me, she'll be laying in her cage right before we start going. And then she'll hear me talk and she comes out like, what's going on? And then she just falls
I just
asleep.
realized I've been drinking a beast and I've really not had any food since like 11. So this is going right through me.
Yeah.
Same.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, do you have a favorite Dale Jr. scheme?
Honestly, one of his baseball cars, the Three Doors Down was an Xfinity car, right? That wasn't a
I think so.
that was an
Yeah.
Xfinity. But I would have to say,
Three Doors Down car was pretty sick too.
to be honest, I'm a sucker for his primary like National Guard and Amp Energy drinks that he had at Hendrick. I'm always a sucker for that scheme for some
The
reason.
Amp Energy. I like the National Guard car a little bit. I like the blue with the white.
I just like both of them. I can't
The
really
Amp
choose.
car is classic though.
Yeah. So I would have to say one
Um,
of those. But
I
I mean,
also I want to add this too whenever you're done. I'm not trying to wear sunglasses to look like a douche. I have a sty. So Mexico was miserable. Plus,
is
I had
that
a
short
sty.
for style?
No, no,
It's
no,
like
no.
I
It's
got
not style.
style.
I have a sty in my left eye, so my whole eye is just red. And
Hey,
I was
that
like,
rhymes.
I'm gonna wear sunglasses for the podcast today, but this is not gonna be a normal thing. I don't want to look like Flo Rida on the podcast.
I thought you were just so angry that you just wanted
This is
something.
my angry eyes, so I'm gonna
You-
wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
No, I have a sty. And I don't
These
want
are
to
my angry eyes. Oh no, these are clear.
Yeah.
Oh, they can
I
still
will-
see.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be a normal.
You can
thing.
still
Unless,
see me, but I can't see the blue light.
unless it gets great reviews and people are like Blake, you have to wear the sunglasses more. I'll do it, but was
Well,
not
maybe
planning.
we'll
I
get
have a
another
sty.
good comment that just calls you a crybaby. Our first
Yeah,
comment
yeah.
came last week.
Dude, first comment on the YouTube channel was "You're a GD crybaby, Blake," and I was like, "Oh, Thank
Was it
you,
somebody that you
Mr.
know?
No,
No, it's some dude from like the UK. It's
I
a
think it was yeah,
Manchester
UK.
United fan. I'm
Yeah.
like, you like soccer, you idiot. Go back to watching that.
Sir,
Uh,
it's football. You
Yeah,
Football.
just came from
F
Mexico. We
U
should know
T
this.
B O L,
Yeah.
football.
Yeah, it was so funny. We've had one comment before, but I didn't realize it until I replied that it was a friend of ours. And so this was like the first official comment that I was like, that would be the first comment.
I also like how what I said was my biggest issue with it ended up being the biggest issue. Leaving early, coming back
Yeah.
late.
Yeah,
So
you're just a crybaby. Let's just leave it
yeah,
at
I'm just a
that.
crybaby.
I haven't heard Steven
I'm a
complain too
crybaby
much.
and I suck on the
I
34.
actually had a good time. Like, besides all the travel BS,
Yeah.
like I
The
can put that
travel put it
aside
over for me,
for
man. That was
having
so
like a
bad.
good time. Like the food was good, the amenities were great.
The vibes were killing it.
Yeah, like
Maybe
we're
I just
just
needed to
out
be at
here
the
having a
Hilton.
good time.
I'd
Yeah.
walk to Shake Shack. That's what I would do.
Well, if you're at
Dude,
the Hilton,
I gotta go try Shake Shack now here.
you really do. You have multiple opportunities to. I got one within walking distance of me.
Lucky.
To be honest, I have a lot within walking distance of me. So that's
True.
just benefits of LA. I have a lot of street vendors that are probably very close to the food I would get in Mexico City near me.
Oh,
So
dude, did you see like did you have to go through the toll in the bus? Did you see the people that
Ye-
were like walking between the cars that were like selling candy
I
and
that's
don't
like
think I
crazy.
popcorn?
saw it, but I was told about this. And
Yeah.
I made a joke later when I realized I kind of put two and two together that I said this was something I actually didn't talk about in 10 Away, but we can talk about it really quick was Steven, did you by chance were you near that circle, like the town circle that had like the angel statue?
No.
So there was an angel statue just outside of the hotel for me, and there was a giant circle surrounding it where people could drive. It was like cobblestone. And there was no painted lines for what direction you're going. Everybody
Chaos.
just trusted the person next to them that they were going to the same spot, and there was not a single accident.
That's crazy.
There was a lot of horns being honked, but I think they use it to
Yeah.
communicate. It wasn't like I'm angry at you, honk the horn. It was like, hey, you're good, get in line. Like it was the most
I
efficient way
noticed
to
that like
drive.
a lot of the way that they drive is just like I'm gonna just filter this way and everybody's just gonna
Yes,
be
so
cool
that's the
with
Good
same
it.
luck,
thing.
everybody else.
That's it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. Like that's
that's
what it
exactly
was.
what they
Like
did.
the taxi drivers just like filter
Yeah.
through and then people on
So
motorcycles are just
it
weaving
has
through.
it has to be a cultural thing because if someone did that to us here in America, we're instantly wanting to fight.
Yeah.
But everything down there was that way. It was just like you just blend in. It didn't matter, but it was like the normal.
Yeah.
So there's this giant circle in front of us, and honestly, the drink's hitting me so hard I forgot what I was gonna bring up. But um they had no painted lines on this road. It was a giant, like I mean, when I say it's like 100 yards from across where my hotel is, where the cobblestone started in the circle to the other side, had to be every bit of like 100 yards. And there is a light on all four sides. You could go left or right, but there was no lines. But if you were, say, on the outside, the middle, or the inside, you knew where to drive. And I was like, huh, how is it there's no painted lines? There was not a single accident. The 3 days I was there, or 2.5 days, I guess you say, day and a half, whatever. There wasn't a single accident on that in that circle, and everybody made it work. But then you come here to the US, there's lines everywhere, there's signs everywhere, and then it's like
People are
And there's
any
idiots.
major
accidents
city,
everywhere.
there's accidents everywhere. Like I go to
77
Charlotte,
still backed up.
between 7 and 9 a.m. in Charlotte, there's three different accidents. And it's like you guys are literally given the instructions on how to go where you're going with line indications and you wreck.
There
It's
I
is
just
like
somebody
passed
in front of you.
I passed 3 accidents on the way home. Just saying.
there
Like
is
Did you see any in Mexico though?
uh, no.
no, but
See?
you did see
That's
people
point
run
proven.
over.
Point proven. Owen just talked about seeing a guy hacked up by a machete in Haiti.
And Hachi. Yeah.
So, but no, I didn't see a
No,
single
Haiti's kind of
accident
the
in
same
Haiti.
way of how you're describing Mexico is when you're there, you're
I
like,
will also
there's
say
absolute
this.
chaos.
The cars are smaller there, so maybe there's more room to give. There wasn't big vehicles that I saw. There was not
Yeah.
normal
I
like
think I saw like two total F-150s.
yeah, I didn't see a single normal sized truck. It was all compact cars.
Yeah. It's kind of the way it is. Like out here in LA, you kind of get some of that international mindset on driving, and it can be frustrating. But at the same time, like it's a bit practical. But there is a stigma with the 405, particularly going from like into the valley. There's like once a week a car on fire on the side of the road. I couldn't even tell you. My friends and I we talk about it, like
Are
he
they
had to take the
Teslas?
405 a
Are
lot.
there
They're
rioters
now
around the
Teslas.
Teslas?
But it was just like a crappy car just on fire. You're like, oh, it gave out, and it's because
Insurance fraud.
there's this one gap where there's like there's no exits for like a couple miles, and it's the biggest gap you'll find on an LA highway. Always car on fire like once a week there. Don't know why.
That's insane. No, but
Yeah,
I wanted to point that out that we went to Mexico. There's all these small cars using their horns, honking left and right. They never had a car accident, and there was no lines in this circle because
Blake's
there's 3 lanes of traffic, and they're just like
Blake's
driving
world has
around.
expanded since Mexico.
And
He's
also
I
got
think it
more
has.
mad.
he's like, first off, there's this place called Shake Shack. You wouldn't know they sell burgers, but they do.
Yo, can we talk about the porta potties? Did you use the porta potty at the racetrack?
Yeah,
Blake
and the
calls
lady that goes
They
in there and
were
cleans it
awesome.
afterwards.
Why did we not have those here? It was so clean. Like there was not a fear in the world of me being inside that porta potty. I was at home, dude. It was so nice.
Yeah,
I will
Blake
say,
Blake
like,
sent me
I
a
was.
video of him giving a tour
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the porta. He's like,
I
bro, check
videoed
this out. It's
the
so
whole
clean.
thing.
I can wash my hands in here.
Like the one part I
I've
didn't
never
understand
seen
though,
it.
like I was waiting till 11:30 to get in to get the food, and I was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, and like the bathroom was right down the breezeway or whatever, and so I go in there, and this lady's cleaning, and I'm like, can I use this? And like she didn't say anything, so I kind of just walked by her and went around the corner to the urinal, and I just went to the bathroom, and then I came out and I washed my hands, and then she's like wiping the counter and I'm like, this is kind of weird.
I also did not use the bathrooms inside the building where like we had our kind of like our dining hall.
Mhm.
Um, but I did pass by the door being open at that bathroom and it looked pristine. Like did it have marble walls?
It
Am I
did, dude.
what
It was
it was
immaculate.
immaculate. Like the racetrack, I have to remember that's where the F1 races go, so they have to do some hardcore shit for F1 to go there. It's not going to be like dumbed down stuff. So it was
They,
insane.
they did
There was
treat
so many
us
workers
really
too.
good.
So many workers taking care of the catering, the bathroom amenities, like trash pickup or secure. There's so many people working. I felt like there was twice as many people as
This
there is a
makes me
normal
wonder
race
now,
day.
like, what's the worst track in the sense of facilities that
Ooh, I
y'all
gotta
normally
think
go
on
to?
that. Worst track
I
as
really
in
only know Daytona and
experience?
Charlotte's facilities pretty well.
I'm trying to think.
And
What's a
Daytona is what you would call pristine. They still have the trough, so everybody's pretty friendly in there. Everyone gives each other a look of like, don't look over here. It's just a trough. There's no
honestly
walls.
that might be the bottom right there is having a trough.
Well,
No,
you know why it's
dude,
the bottom? Because I remember it from the early 2000s when we went there camping, and I was like, this seems a bit weird. And then it's
Mm.
still there. It's still going.
I mean, it does its
IRP.
job. IRP, honestly, that's probably the best one to use. Yeah, Indy,
There's like a
Indy for
lake
Oh,
trucks.
or
There's a pond.
there's a
There's a little
pond
tiny pond
in the
in the middle
middle
of
of
this
the
track.
fucking racetrack. Like,
Honestly, if you pushed hard enough, your pit box could sink into the pond.
yes,
wait, so there's actually a body of
It'll
water in
bulldoze
the
down.
middle.
It'll
yes.
bulldoze down the little chain link
Is it trying
fence.
to be
It'll
like
go into the
Miami
pond.
and Daytona, where it's just like, look at our, or in Miami, just
No,
like, look.
Miami's pond and lake is cool. Same with Daytona. There's a pond 10 feet behind pit road at IRP.
I
And
I'm
need to
there's
so
look
like
this
glad
this
you
up.
remember
dinky
that.
chain link fence that just
Yeah.
separates the pit road to
If
the
someone was
pond.
mad enough at their team or driver, you could push the whole pit box into the pond.
Like, yeah.
Had a bad
Like,
day. The
I
right
do
front
miss
didn't come out. Ugh.
I want them to let boats back on the lake in Daytona during the race. That would have been a cool experience.
What if they put a yacht in the middle of the middle of
Not
the
even like
lake down
but
there?
like a mega yacht, something that
And
where
then
no
Something
one
that
can boat
blocks
around.
it blocks the back stretch. You just
Yeah.
can't see it.
Like everyone's boat's
It's
just like, bro.
Bezos. It's Bezos' boat,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Oh, Daytona, cool. How do I get my boat out of here?"
Yeah.
Let me
This is
call my
great.
helicopter.
Yeah. This is great, but I wanted to be facing turn one.
Yeah.
I can't
What
really
if you
turn this
turn
thing
it and then you
around.
get stuck and it's just you can't move?
It's like
Now
the
the
what
lake's
was it? The
divided.
Evergreen boat that got stuck years ago
Oh
in the
my
canal.
God.
Oh yeah,
I remember
I
that.
forgot
Yeah.
about that. Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm drink. That hit me so hard. I thought a dog walked up to me.
You don't have a dog.
I don't. I have a cat.
Well, I think this
Honestly,
is.
that cat can stay outside forever too. He's been peeing all over everything lately.
Oh, bro, you gotta get down.
He's a big boy, or she.
That's the way
But
Lucy can be. If I had a
Yeah,
delivery right now, Lucy would be barking her head
he
off.
is a big boy. I also have I got two dogs. I got a boy and a girl.
Nice.
nice.
My wife wants
Derek and
another dog.
Penelope.
Penelope and what's the other dog's name?
Derek.
That's a good name.
My
That's
wife likes Criminal Minds.
Oh,
oh,
I
got
worked on
ya.
that for one season. Yeah.
Honestly, if I had another animal, I'd probably have to give him a human name because I think it's funny when you have to
Yeah.
like get mad at him. You
Yeah.
give him like a human name, like Kevin. What if you yell at Kevin, like Kevin,
I
stop peeing
like
on the
very
pillows,
basic human names like Tim, Tom, Bob, Phil, stuff
or
like that.
Tomcat,
Yeah.
Tomcat, like
Well, like
great.
Lucy, she's gonna change to Lucille when she's like 5 or 6. When she starts to be in an older age, I'm just gonna start calling her old lady named Lucille. Don't give me
Why?
that look, cause it's a funny name and it's a cute name. Lucy's fine because
She's
she's
got to
young right now.
mature. She's got to mature into her name.
Yeah, that was the whole. We couldn't really decide on a lot of girl names, but I was
What if
like,
I
I
was
want.
called? What if my mom and dad just got mad at me one day? That Blakea, like you've matured into your new
Your
name.
name stops at Blake. That's it.
It
And
is
so
just
does
like
mine.
one big syllable, Blake.
Yeah,
There's
we
nothing to
mom
it.
and dad only wanted one syllable in each of our names. They didn't want
Owen,
to. Oh, wait, mine's two, but yeah, but
See,
I got the
Blake.
better middle name.
see,
Blake's
that's what I
Hey,
did with my kids. Like I got Eli and I got Ava. 3 letters. That's it.
boom. That's
all
it.
right. So I sometimes call Steven Seabass. Say your middle name for us.
My middle name is Sebastiano.
That is a
Sebastiano. That's
cool
cool.
middle name.
It's way
Honestly, that
better
should be
than
your first
Franklin.
name.
Way
It's
better than
way
Franklin.
better. My middle name's Franklin, dude, like the turtle from the
Yeah.
little cartoon show.
Yep. And mine's
That's
William, like royalty. If
yeah, the
So we
same
I
have a
guy.
royal
This
turtle.
is the same
yeah.
guy that's gonna rename his dog in a couple of years.
Yeah.
William.
Yeah, you named your cat Toothless. Shut up.
He's black and looks like the dragon
Yeah,
from
but
How
he's
to
not
Train
a
Your Dragon.
dragon. He's just black. That's all he
Honestly,
is.
he doesn't deserve the name Toothless anymore because he's not even cool. He's been peeing all over this
Yeah.
house.
His name's
He's
Pissless.
gonna get yeah, he needs to get a new name and it's gonna be something terrible. Like
Sprinkler.
Sprinkler.
I don't even know what I would come up with his new name.
Captain Piss a lot.
It would be dropped off at the animal shelter. That's what his new name's gonna be.
Wow. Blake's a little too far into this drink.
That's
Mhm. And
rough, bro.
my whole house smells so bad now because of the stupid cat.
Don't
He's
act
lived
like
here
you didn't
for a
grow up with
year.
cats.
He's lived here for a year and suddenly he's peeing all over everything.
Listen,
Because there's another cat in the
he's
neighborhood.
trying to show his
Been fighting.
property.
Yeah, don't pee
This
on
is
us.
where I live.
This is your family. Don't pee on us. Go
You
pee on
smell
the
that?
neighbor stuff.
This is mine.
It's in my
And
house. I'm
you
gonna pee
can't
on it.
have it.
To be honest, I did the same thing. When you're in an apartment, this is my third apartment. You have to
You
pee
peed on
everywhere.
everything?
Yeah, that way
Owen
when
pees
people
on
come
stuff
in,
in his house.
this is Owens.
Dude, that
Listen,
makes me think of the Dale
you have to
Jr.
take
story.
inspiration from everywhere, you know?
Have you ever heard the Dale Jr. story when he hung out with Ricky Hendrick and he peed in his closet?
Yeah,
Dale
I
Jr.
heard
got
that,
so
yeah.
hammered and he peed in his closet. He didn't realize he was in the closet. He thought he was in the bathroom and he peed in the closet.
That's funny. Dang. All right.
But
Well, this has been a great episode. Great
I liked it, dude. That
kicker.
was fun.
Yeah.
A good episode to start off with. Maybe we'll just start doing this every week with Steven and
Yeah.
then have some rotation. Steven doesn't have to be here every week, but maybe we'll do it and you can just come back and drink a Mick Ultra or whatever. Every week I'm going to alternate drinks.
I'm gonna do my best.
Maybe
on
we
it.
need to get people to give us shout outs on what to try. I know Gaddy's going to be like, hey, go get a Voodoo Ranger. I'm like, dude, I don't drink Voodoo
Oh,
Ranger.
the Voodoos. Is that an IPA?
Yeah.
I don't like IPAs. I'm not a huge IPA.
Nah, me
See,
either.
what you need to do is you need to have Gaddy come in like mid-episode
Yeah.
and
Every-
just like
You know what he's
tackle
gonna
you.
do though? He's gonna come in and like be like, he's gonna try to strong arm me like, "Hey, what's up, little man?" and put his arm on my
You're just gonna
shoulder.
see Blake's feet dangling in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
Just
like
picks him
running
up
and-
by his head.
let me go, dude. I'm trying to do a podcast.
Hey man, put me down.
I love that dude. That dude's too big for his own good, though. He's
It
such
was-
a big dumb tree.
It was funny seeing him on your team, especially when Hein came up to confront Riggs. He's like, "Where's
Yeah.
Gaddy?" Oh, there he is. He's bigger
Yeah.
than the truck.
I really think like Corey Haim was like, if I need to take a swing at him, I can take a swing. And then he saw Gaddy and was like, I cannot take a swing at him. This guy will
that's a big
fuck me
mofo.
up.
Yeah,
Corey
That's a
Haim is
big
taller
dude.
than I thought he was. I saw him like I walked by him in Daytona, and I was like, "Oh." For some reason, I just think all drivers are small. I don't know why. Even Michael
Some
McDowell
are.
was a bit underwhelming when I walked by him. I was like, I thought you should have been taller.
Him
I told
and
him that too.
Hocevar are probably the biggest drivers on pit road. Maybe Logano.
Hmm.
Brad's also pretty tall. I mean,
Yeah,
for a driver. Everybody
Brad's
else is
tall, but
pretty.
Brad's lanky. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't
yeah.
I
I
think
would fuck
McDowell's
with
probably the
Brad,
biggest.
but I wouldn't fuck with Busher.
Mm.
He's kind of got that backcountry strength look to him
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
He's quiet but deadly, I bet.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man, what a great first episode. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poppin'
Yeah.
Top's about to be better than 10 away, Owen.
Don't,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
what
I'm
are you
just
calling
kidding.
me out for?
Hey,
Don't
your
blame
podcast
me.
sucks.
I'm
Yeah.
on both. I get to pick and choose which one's my
I
favorite.
just I just figured I need to piss you off and get you tipsy to get you to talk more.
Yeah.
I think it was me. It was
I get too
I bring it out
informative.
of him.
No, we just recorded 10 away and Blake was like, "You should have heard me. Shake and Shack
I
is the
was
best international food I've ever had."
Dude, it was really good. I want to actually fly down there for one day and then come home and just eat Shake
Yeah.
Shack there. It was so good.
Whereas
You're
the Michigan
ridiculous.
recap, Blake was like, "Yeah, it was not a good race.
It wasn't. It was not fun for me.
I'm
There was
left out there
nothing I
to
could do
dry
about
each
it.
week."
He did say like, he like thinks sometimes he takes it too seriously and other
Yeah.
times he needs to like just loosen up a little bit
No,
where like
absolutely.
I don't know, I used to have a podcast. I kind of
Mm.
still do, but I don't record much anymore, but like, I try to just be like, like this. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
in the
I
think
think
moment.
three's the
sometimes
charm.
I overthink it. I feel
Yeah.
like my job's on the line. Like front row's gonna be calling me like, "Hey
It is,
Blake, you talk too much shit about Mexico. We have to let you go."
it is this week.
And honestly, I probably deserve that.
Yeah, you're getting a strike now from the front row.
Mm,
You got
bummer.
it. I don't know if you
I don't.
remember, but in kindergarten we had the pickle system where if you were green you did good, if you were white you were okay, and then like I think blue was like you were really bad.
I
You're
didn't
on
have
white.
that.
You're on white right
You're
now.
I
heading for
didn't.
blue there,
I
buddy.
didn't have
Yeah.
that system.
No, I had that.
That's
It's
funny though.
old
My
shit
kids
you.
have that system.
Is it
Oh
pickles or
man.
is it something else?
I don't. It's like a street light. They're like, Dad, I was green today.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I had.
or it's
I
like
remember that.
I'll be like, hey, what color were you today? He'll be like, I was yellow.
Yeah. And he
Drift
was like,
challenge,
he was
yellow.
like, I was red, and you're like, I still run those anyways. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's green to me.
Yeah. Hey, if there's no
Hey,
one
every
coming,
red light's a green light as long as you don't hit something.
yeah, there's nothing actually stopping you, son. So you're good.
Nah. No,
But
that
yeah,
was awesome. Steven,
yeah,
thank you for coming on, man. Obviously,
Yeah,
we
not a
will
problem.
for sure have you back on. And that is the first episode of Pop and Top.
yeah.
That was awesome.
That was fun. Yeah, should come out definitely this week. So, but
I'll send you a link for
cancel.
it when we get the first episode up and going.
I got the
Mm.
notifications.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
he's one of our 15, Blake.
What?
Whenever I say to those people out there, he's one of the 8 after the analytics come in.
I think Pop and Top's gonna take off, man. I think this is gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be popping off by the end of this.
That's
See
gonna
what
be
I
the
did there?
catchphrase.
That's what we
I-
call wordplay.
I will say, like, my steering wheel is kind of like in front of my monitor. And
Yeah.
so this whole time, every time Owen would come up on the screen that he's talking, I thought he had a mushroom until I actually realized that it was his microphone.
Yeah, it's just the microphone.
Dude, I have my whole sim rig right here. Like, look,
Whoa, put your
there's the
pants
steering
on.
wheel. Whoa, you gotta take me to dinner first.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit left out. I don't have.
Oh, no.
no, no.
Hang on.
Not the toy car again. GoPro.
This is
feel-
my setup.
Oh, that's.
Oh
nice.
yeah, solid.
I got
You have a
4
screensaver of
monitors.
Blake?
No, that's me getting. It's actually me getting wrecked by Justin Clapper in a league race.
Oh, good old
that's fun.
Clap.
So
That's a great
hilarious.
last name, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Definitely fits him too. He's a nut.
Yeah.
to
But-
say the least, yes.
But yeah,
Hey,
I feel
honestly, shout out to the t-shirt too. This is the one I picked for doing this podcast talking about Mexico. I don't know if it's backwards or not. It
the
says I'm
skeleton's a
fine.
bit in theme as well.
Everything's on fire, and
I just got home from work.
Yeah,
Roush
brag
Fenway
about it.
Keselowski. Oh, and what are you wearing? A burgundy shirt. Cool.
Built. It's called Built. So you should try
Built
it sometime.
Ford tough.
Yeah, it's a
The
Ford
Ford,
shirt.
the Ford shirt.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. This was great. I can't wait to do this again next week.
Yeah,
So
maybe I can get myself a racing seat and a steering wheel to fit in. Just
Owen
fold
would
it
get
like
one
down.
that's fake. Owen would get one that doesn't work, just
Yeah,
so
it
he can
would
like
actually. I'll
turn the
just
steering wheel.
I'll put like a CGI one up here, like an animated one, just to fit in.
Well, see, we're getting rid of the exercise bike and we're gonna move my son's sim rig into
Oh, that's
the
cool.
office. So that way
Nice.
him and I can race together.
There we
Are you
go.
gonna wreck him?
I mean,
You
I
gotta
will if I
dump him
have
one
to.
time. You
You
gotta dump
know,
him one
my
time.
wife and I, we have a bike over there. We could do that with ours. I'll just put my sim rig there. Instead of
I've
getting her
tried to tell
Peloton
him.
hours in, I'll
I've
just
tried
tell
to tell him
her,
he needs to get one. Just us three go in
I
and I
want
race.
one. You don't have to tell me to convince me.
Dude, Dan texted me and said he's getting one.
You know what? Here's my steering wheel.
The jokes I want to toss out with Dan getting a sim rig, but I really don't. I don't think it's good.
You couldn't take Dan. I don't even know who
I
Dan
can't.
is, but I know
I
you
love
can't take
Dan.
him.
Dan's our gas man that's out right now on medical leave.
Dan the
But
Gas Man? That's a great name. It's just like the guy who bought our friendly lake house, Dan the Bug Man.
yeah, that dude turned our lake house into a nice house.
Yeah.
So did an awesome job. Yeah, Dan. The jokes I want to make, but I
Shout
don't
out
want to do them
Dan the
while he's
Bug
not
Man.
here.
Well, you know, we'll bring
Yeah.
Dan on and then you can insult him to his
Mm,
face.
Dan
He
might not be available for a little while.
I I have been trying for a year now to try and get Dan on the podcast, and he says he will not do it.
Oh, he said no?
Yes. He was one of my first guests. I had Adam Lewis, I had Kale, and I had
Who was more
Brendan
fun,
Foley.
Kale? Who was more fun, Kale or Lewis? Probably Lewis,
I
right?
think Lewis was pretty good. Like Kale was very educational because he's like a
Yeah.
tire changer coach and stuff like that. So it
See,
was
that's
like,
the approach I took originally doing the podcast, but I feel like I got to cut up more because my personality is not meant to sit there and be serious. I can't.
I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't know you could be serious at all.
See, I gotta be more life of the party.
Yeah. Yeah. Blake and I both have a
No,
hard
no,
time being
Dan, we
serious.
miss Dan. We like having Gaddy, but we miss Dan. We won't get into that. That's kind of sensitive
Yeah.
subject
That's fine.
subject right now, but he's well missed. Dan, if you ever listen to this, which you probably won't,
Send
we
it
miss
to
you.
him. Say
I'm
he's
gonna
in
send it to him
it.
and be like, hey, the very last minute of this we talk about
Yeah.
you.
Wait till the end.
Yeah,
He's just gonna
wait till
skip
the
through it. He's just gonna skip through it and be
cliffhanger.
like, hey, somewhere in this podcast, Dan, we talk about you.
Yeah. Go find it, buddy.
Yeah. No, Dan's awesome. But well, all right, episode 1 of Pop and Top in the books.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Dope.
absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna go eat some food and get rid of this little buzz I grabbed.
Yeah, I finished mine. Blake probably
Oh,
didn't.
dude, I finished mine a while ago.
Yeah, look, evidence is gone.
That's the other one you had earlier.
Oh, then I've got a mad buzz if I caught another one.
All right, I'm gonna go drink
Steven, I'll
cafe
see you
now.
tomorrow night, man.
All right, I'll see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
No
dude, that
problem,
was
man.
awesome.
Thanks for coming.
See
Yeah.
you guys.
See you.